Yeah, because I was complaining about Final Fantasy XIV yesterday. That people say, oh yeah bro, the story is so good, man, it was such an epic climax. Meanwhile, you killed the last boss with literally the power of friendship. It's fucking horseshit.
Okay, Final Fantasy 1 started out in the 80s. It's not particularly bad. Hold on. It's not particularly bad. Got released first on the NES, I think. See, on the SNES? I'm not super sure. Ah, son of a bitch. Let me do that real quick.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Again, Final Fantasy 1 started off in the 80s. Okay, first Final Fantasy game it was intended to be the last Final Fantasy game. That's why it's called Final Fantasy, right? The last game Square made before it became Square Enix, Squaresoft. It's good. It shows its age, even with like modern remakes. But I think it's alright for the fact that it's like 30 years old. It's pretty okay. Final Fantasy 2 on the other hand. So there's a big problem with Final Fantasy 2 that I have. The way you level up in Final Fantasy 2 is the more you use something, the better you get at it. Which in and of itself is a good idea. In and of itself, it's for an RP, for a role-playing game, is a really cool idea because it's very Skyrim, right? Like where they say, okay, you sneak a lot, your sneaking gets better and shit, right? But at some point, it will end up that you use characters to hit your other teammates so they get more HP. Which is cool because you can use it to get like really overpowered really early, but it's a pain in the ass. Also, one of your teammates speaks Beaver. Okay, Final Fantasy 3, I did not finish that. I played it a bit. I played the DS version, but haven't finished it. Final Fantasy 4 is really good. Final Fantasy 4 had really good characters. I had a lot of characters that I really liked. Also, the set piece was really fucking good. Final Fantasy 5. People that say that Final Fantasy 1 isn't good, considering it's like a 30-year-old game that is still showing relevance to some extent today. People don't give it enough credit. Like, sure, it isn't as impressive when you look at like Final Fantasy X, which came out like 20 years later. Visually or like gameplay wise, yeah, congratulations, but it's still like the first of its kind. Yeah, you have to think about it like that. I think they had a really cool. Sure, narratively, it's like what is considered bog standard now, but this wasn't the norm back then, right? This wasn't a thing back then. Meanwhile, this is like a really like a classic trope now. Oh my god, you have a party of 4 and crystals are being stolen and herder. Final Fantasy 5. I liked it. I think it's really good. Obviously, 5 is above 1. I thoroughly enjoyed it, yeah. Final Fantasy 6, also known as like the creme de la creme. The fucking god tier Final Fantasy. It's one of the best ones ever made. If you haven't played it and you like RPGs, please go out of your way and play it. It is phenomenal. It was the last one that came out on, I think it came out in 1996, I think. Is the last one that came out on the Nintendo consoles before Final Fantasy swapped to Sony and released exclusively on the PlayStation for a while. Final Fantasy 7. There is 4 afterwards. I've never played that. I couldn't tell you. I forgot about that it existed, honestly. Final Fantasy 7. It's good, but it's overhyped. Sure, it is, when you think about it, graphically, it is really fucking impressive. For what is essentially a PS1 game, right? Came out 1997. Oh yeah, think about it that way. Final Fantasy used to be a yearly release. For, like, graphically it's really good. I don't think it aged that well, but I think there is mods for it. I like Crisis Core more than Final Fantasy 7. Tend to agree with this. Is Crisis Core here? If not, I would be very pissed. Because Crisis Core is... It is not. Then why the... See, Revenant Wings is here, but Crisis Core isn't. I don't like that. I think that's bullshit. Final Fantasy VIII, I didn't finish it. I own the game twice. I own it on the Switch and on PC. I've not finished it on either one because I think it's fucking boring. I think it's boring and I don't like the way they go around with the leveling. Sure, it's like the weirdest one and I really want to play it or want to watch like a story recap just to know how weird it gets. But Crisis Core definitely above Final Fantasy VII because I like Zack more as a character than Cloud. Final Fantasy IX is fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal game. I would put it above 4, but beneath 6. Final Fantasy X. It's good, but I think it's a bit overhyped. I like the grid system. The grid system is really cool. I think overall the game is pretty cool. I like the set piece a lot. Final Fantasy X has one of the coolest, like, surroundings. God damn it. Some of the coolest surroundings in any Final Fantasy game, really.
Jingle, jingle, pay attention.
Final Fantasy XI would be the next one. Never played it. That's the short answer. I've never played it. I don't read in my video game. Final Fantasy XII. Where is it? Final Fantasy XII. There it is. Is I. Straight up, is I. That's... It took me like 2 years to finish it. I have like 60 hours in it. It is, the gambit system didn't really get me at all. I looked up a guide on how do I make my character OP. And then you just, then you grind out levels in one of the, in a specific area. And that's what I did. I like the, I played the Zodiac Age. So the Zodiac job system is pretty cool. I like that. Still, it's like, oh, you have a license for that sword, mate. It's like, yeah, indeed. And then you can use that specific sword. It's stupid. I forgot about 10 too. I started it. It's in that sense, it's awesome that didn't finish. See, even for the reason why I didn't finish 3 is just I never got around to it. It's like I kind of got stuck at one point and just never bothered to replay it. Final Fantasy. I only played the first one, and it's I have, let me look, 50 minutes in it. 2 years ago. It was boring me to tears. I'm not joking. I'm not a patient person. And if they already give me a fucking cutscene for every single piece of shit in the game, I don't want it. It has a cool premise with the... not with the CL, that's not what they're called. With the fucking monsters that are the crystals, right? That's a really cool setting. I really like it. But Jesus, if enemies come in, cutscene. Enemies leave again, cutscene. A group of people come towards you, cutscene. You go down an elevator, cutscene. The elevator goes back up again after you stepped off of it, cutscene. Something happens in the distance, cutscene. I don't want that shit. You see a couple people run by. Cutscene. Oh, it's just a pain in the ass. Apparently 30, apparently 2 and Lightning Returns aren't that better in that scenario. Final Fantasy XIV. Combat-wise, I like it. Like general gameplay-wise, I couldn't tell you jack shit. Oh yeah, I played Revenant Wings. It's straight up, that's all I remember of it. I own it. I got it as a kid when I was young. I played Revenant Wings. I don't remember anything about it. It's like StarCraft, like it's an RTS. I don't read in my video game, Shadowbringers, Endwalker. I haven't played it. I don't really care for it. Oh no, actually, never mind. 16 is on it. Final Fantasy 15. I remember it took me a long while till I finished it. Other than that, I liked it, though. I liked it. Granted, I did play the Windows version, which does add a lot of things that I heard. I wouldn't say it's, like, insane. It's not, like... I'd say it's good. I wouldn't say it's goated, but it's not, like, so bad it's aight. A lot of the set pieces I really liked. I think the environmental design is very good. I don't like that the world is fucking empty as shit. And you just get swamped with side quests. That I just cannot defend, bro. And Final Fantasy 16, I haven't played it yet. 16 I haven't played yet, but I really wanna. Good, that's it. Yeah, that's basically my... See, they put 16 on it, but they didn't put Crisis Core on it. Crisis Core isn't even a spin-off. Crisis Core is literally in that universe. If After Years is on there, Crisis Core should also be on there. 100%. If somebody tells me Crisis Core is a spin-off, you are on crack. Quite frankly, I do not agree.